Hi everyone, it's me coming back to you once again just to give you an encouraging word and lift you up today. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the word love. You know, love isn't just an emotion. Love is something so much more. It's our actual nature. It's where we all originated from. Love is patient, it's kind, it's gentle. It doesn't seek its own, it's not rude, it doesn't insist on having its own way. Love is a nature. Love is the thing that each one of us can relate to. Doesn't matter what our gender is, what our background, what our upbringing, where we come from, what color our skin, what our nationality, what our background as far as our education goes. Every one of us can relate to the nature of love. Every one of us wants to be loved and to extend that love. So today I just want to express to you my heart. I've been kind of in a rough place lately, thinking a lot about how the consciousness is really shifting from being a people who are about, you know, what's in it for me, to a people who are more awake and conscious that we're here as a consciousness that's collective with the intention of extending love and grace and compassion one to another. And we've seen a world that has been war-torn. We've seen a world that has had famines and all these pestilences and different things that have caused people to suffer. And I believe that the suffering is absolutely unnecessary. Every one of us suffers individually due to our belief that we're separate from the source of life. And it's just not so. In Him we live and move and have our being. That's a fact. But sometimes we get so weighted down. We worry about things. We're anxious. We are fearful. And we shouldn't be fearful. Fear is actually a byproduct of believing that we're separate. Doubt is an extension of that fear. All of those things that are just not so. But what we need to learn to do is just to be still and know I am God. All things extend from the Father. All things are as the Father. Father is love. God is spirit. He is light. And each one of us are that as well. Sometimes we go through these lessons and things, and when the suffering causes us to finally come to ourselves, as the parable about the prodigal son and the elder brother that stayed home with his father, and how the prodigal son asked the father to give him his inheritance, and he went out and he wasted his substance on riotous living, and a famine arose in the land, and he found himself eating with the swine. And he looked up, he came to himself, and he realized even my father's servants in his house are eating better than I am. And he realized, I'm just going to go back, I'm going to humble myself, and I'm going to ask that he just allow me to be a servant in his house. And as he approached his home, his father was waiting for him on the horizon. And he ran to him, and they fell into an embrace, and father kissed his neck. And as he said, Father, forgive me, I've sinned against you and against heaven. And father said, none of it. He said, this my son was lost, and now he is found. He was dead, and now he's alive. And go kill the fatted calf. We're going to have a celebration. Put the cloak around his shoulders, and gave him a staff, and gave him his signet ring, and put new sandals on his feet. All those things are symbolic of the authority, of the nature, of the sonship, all these things that have to do with our true origin, where we all originated from the Father. And then there was the brother who had been there with the Father all along, who had never left. And he was jealous of the other brother. And he said, you know, you've never killed the fatted calf for me. And here I've stayed and I've worked beside you. And Father said, my son, you've always been with me. Don't you know everything that I have is yours? These are two different types of mentalities. These are symbolized through the Gentile nation, which God spoke of them as being ones who had alienated themselves from the life of God. And the Israelite nation, whom he spoke of as those that were under the law. And they believed they had to earn the way. And neither of those is any longer even valid, because as Jesus tore down the separating wall, he made of two one new man, so making peace. He brought us all into oneness again with the Father. He got rid of the distinctions between the Jews and the Greeks because it was really just a mentality. So today I just want to be an encourager. I just want to bless you and lift you up and remind you that you are a child of God. In the image and likeness of God, you are created. This isn't something that we become. We don't become righteous. We awaken to our righteousness. The truth is, we've always been in the Father. The Father has always been in us. And as we awaken to that reality of oneness, as Jesus said, if the eye be single, then the whole body is filled with light. The single eye speaks of having no more duality in our thinking. But because we are a people who have, the left brain that we call the ego, or the analyzer, that side which wants to weigh things out. It wants to say this is good and that is bad. This is bigger, better, more. It's always about comparing and competing and putting a goal out in front of you so that you feel like you're always striving towards something. But God said that we should enter the rest, that He completed His work, and we're not to be striving anymore. We're just to enter the rest. And through our acknowledging our oneness with Him, we have a single eye, and our body is filled with light. And now we can be a people that are merciful, filled with compassion, knowing that we're one with the Father, acknowledging the sonship in everyone. Again, as I said before, the kingdom is within us. The kingdom is not a place. The kingdom is a state of conscious oneness with Father. All of us being brethren, all of us being extensions of that. Jesus said, I am the vine, you are the branches. And that to me says we're all connected. We're all one. In Him we live and move and have our being. He also said, those whom He foreknew, He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of His Son. The word to be shouldn't even be there because that puts it out in front of you. In the original text, it should read, those whom He foreknew, He also predestinated, conformed to the image of His Son. Meaning, conformed, that word conformed means jointly formed or together with. We came with Him. We are one in Him. Beloved, now we are the children of God. And I know, again, I don't want to be preachy. I don't want to come across just using Scripture all the time. But the one thing I can say to you that I know is that He has brought life and immortality to light through the gospel. It's good news. This is good news. I'm sharing with you just what you already know in your heart of hearts, that you're a child of God. Every single one of us are. Nothing you can do can change the fact that God is one. All of us are extensions of the one. So I just want to lift you up. I want to bless you. I want to say, be encouraged. Keep yourself in the love of God. Remind yourself to stay present, stay in the now, and just be blessed. Have a great day.